Thank you for joining us for this short video clip on how to update or add emergency contact information into MyUSM. Step 1 is to log in and be sure you are logged in as a parent in MyUSM. You are also going to want to make sure that you've selected one of your children. If you have more than one, it may not load correctly, but be sure your child is selected. Then we're going to be looking at the different tabs, and the tab we're going to click on is the Contact Card tab. Clicking on that tab, you're going to scroll down and stop at Emergency Contacts. This is where any emergency contacts that you have will be listed. These could be grandparents, neighbors, a nanny, or anybody who is able to care for your child in the event of an emergency, or what we prefer also is to list people who are able to pick up your child at the end of the day. So once you scroll down to this area, you're going to click on Manage Phones. After clicking on Manage Phones, you will come to a box that allows you to manage emergency contact phone numbers. There's a section for active phone numbers and a section for inactive phone numbers. Some of you may have phone numbers and individuals set to as a default, and if that's the case, you can just click the name and drag it over to active. And there you will see the name and the phone number, and then it asks for like an automated call. So this would be in the event of a school emergency or closing. How would we contact that person? It could be set to never, just an emergency, or every single time that there is an event happening at USM that they use the automated phone system. So for a person who might be just picking up your child at the end of the day, you could leave it set to never, and that still means that this active area is where we will see on our end in the office to let us know that someone is able to pick up or they're an authorized pickup for your child. There is also a way to add people to that list, and you can do so by scrolling down past all the names where it says create a new phone number. And creating a new phone number is very easy. You can type in the name, the last name, and the relationship. And then you can select what type of phone that person has and then type in the number. And then to the right, you'll see Add Entry, and you can see where it says first name, last name, grandparent. It is not in the system until you click Save. So be sure to click Save, and then we'll move on to the next step. After clicking Save, you can see it brought me right back to the first page where we saw Manage Phones, and I dragged over my name earlier, and it's now there as an emergency contact, and that's something that the office will be able to see. But if I wanted to add that first name, last name that I just put in, you would click on Manage Phones, and you would scroll down to the area that we just entered, click, drag, and then it's active. Now you'll see that it's active number 1 or number 2. So you can even prioritize all of the people that you put on the side, the active side. So I want it to be number 2, click, hold, drag down, and it puts it to number 2. And you know, this is just somebody that might pick up here or there, so I'm just going to set it to never because I don't need an automated call to go to that person. Again, you'll click Save, and then you'll be all set. The other tab, Manage Email, works the exact same way. You would click on this tab, add in the name and an email, and it will be added right to the bottom. And again, these would be in the event of an emergency, how to email somebody. So at the end, you will have a list of emergency contacts by phone number and by email. If you do have more than one children, as you can see here, 2 are listed. You do have to do this again for each child that's listed here. They do not connect with each other. So, for example, if you have an upper school student and a lower school student, you might have different emergency contact information for each of those children. So again, the big takeaway from here is if you have anyone that is authorized to pick up your child, we do need that information listed here in emergency contacts. Our office will generate that information, provide that to the classroom teacher, and then they will use that to match up children at the end of the day, or in the event that someone comes to pick up, we want to make sure we're sending children home with authorized people. Thanks for watching this video. Have a wonderful Wildcat Day.